Welcome back to the session. I'm Najmu Saher, lecturer in Business Studies, Vishwamanopiya College, Chittadurga. So, dear student, in previous video, we have seen about the marine insurance and even we have discussed the types of marine insurance, the fundamental principle which they follow, communication services, okay, portal services, telecommunication services that we all have seen in a previous video. In today's class, we shall discuss about one more services or one more business service which is used by the business enterprises or business person or business organization, that is warehousing facilities. As you all are aware about the warehousing, in a layman language we can say it is as a godowns or storage houses where the goods and services were stored. So this is one of the service which is used by the business persons or business organization in order to carry out their day-to-day activity in a smooth manner. Okay. So without these facilities, they cannot operate their business activities, they cannot carry out their business activity effectively and efficiently. So in order to perform the functions of a business effectively, okay, these are the business services what so far we have discussed. Whatever the business services we have discussed, that all they are used, okay, in order to carry out their business activity in a effective manner. Now let us discuss what exactly the warehousing is all about. So, warehousing or storage houses or godowns, whatever you want, you can call it. Okay, storage has always been an important aspect for the economic development. It is one of the important area. It is one of the important infrastructure for the development or for the growth of a economy or the economic development of a particular country. So in previous days, in initial days, the warehouses are just viewed as a, okay, it is viewed as a static unit. It is viewed as a, it is perceived as a static unit. Static unit in the sense it is a fixed place where you store, where you keep your goods and services. Okay, in initial days, it is just viewed as it is a place where the goods and services will be stored. Okay, initially it is viewed as a static unit for keeping and storing goods in a systematic and a scientific manner. So initially it is thought that the godowns or warehouse is just a place where we can keep our goods and services in a systematic manner, so that the original quality of a goods or the value of a goods and the usefulness of a goods should not be lost. Okay, so they were maintaining their goods and services so that the value should be there, the quality should be there, and the usefulness should be there, so that they are going to store the goods and services in a scientific manner. So the goods and services will be brought to the godowns or to the warehousing through railways, through transportation roadways, okay, even through the trucks, bullock carts. Likewise, we are going to bring the goods and services to the warehouses, okay, and items, whatever the goods and services will be there, whatever the items will be there or will be stored in a goods and services that are manually handled, okay, that were handled in a manually. Okay, we did not had any automation in those days. So even this, whatever the storage will be there, store goods and services will be there, that will be used by manufacturers, importers, exporters, wholesalers, okay, and even the customers, business persons. These services or goods are used in India. But later on, in today's era, the the warehousing service has been witnessing a drastic change. Okay, this particular warehousing will be considered as a logistic services. Logistic services means what here? A to Z service will be provided in a warehouse. What kind of A to Z services? So if you store a goods in a particular godown, that goods will be packed, repacked, advertised, branded, labeling, everything will be happen within a warehousing. That is what we say logistic services. Okay, this will provide a cost effective benefit. Cost effective benefit will be provided, means in a least cost, in a least amount you can get or you can derive maximum benefit. That is what we say cost efficient manner. which means making the goods available in a right quantity at a right place at a right time in a right physical form at a right cost. So in today's warehousing and modern warehousings are automated, fully automatic conveyors are there, computer operated cranes, fork filters for moving the goods and services, and used computer system, and it means robotic system has been there, and softwares for managing the warehouse will be developed in today's era. That is what we say modern warehousing. As you know that meaning of warehousing is an act of storing goods that will be sold or that will be distributed later. Whenever the demand will be there, whenever there is a demand for a particular goods and services is there, that will be transferred or that will be distributed among the customers. So this warehouse will create a place utility as well as the time utility. Very important things. This warehousing services will create the time utility as well as place utility. Time utility in the sense in a right time you will get the goods and services. Place utility means what? Wherever you may be. As you know that customers are not located at in a single place. Okay, they are scattered here and there, and even the producers are also scattered. Okay, we see very few production centers, very few production base. Okay, so they are going to store the goods and services in a different godowns, in a different warehouse housing. Okay, and from there the goods will be transferred from the warehouse. The goods will be transferred to the market whenever demand is there, whenever the customers need certain goods and services. That is why it creates a time utility as well as a place utility. It is what? It is the act of storing goods that will be sold. So whatever the goods you will store in a warehouse or in a godowns, that will be not only used for the business, but those goods will be sold, that will be distributed to the ultimate users. That is what? Warehousing. Concept of warehousing. Now let us discuss the various types of warehousing. So we have number of warehousing. The first one is private warehouses. So private warehouses are operated, as its name itself indicate, private. Okay, these private warehouses were operated, owned or leased by a company handling their own goods. So these are the private warehouses or private godowns which is constructed by a particular company or particular individual in order to store their own goods and services. Okay, such as retail chain stores or multi-branded or multi-product companies will be there. They will construct their own warehouses or godowns. So the main benefit of private warehouses is it includes the control, flexibility, and other benefits like improved dealer relationship. So improved dealer relationship in the sense you can easily distribute your goods and services whenever you want and however you want. You can make a change. That is what we say flexible, and control will be there. If you store our goods in another godowns or other individual godowns, means we will not have a much control over that. Okay, so private in the sense we have our own godowns, we can store our own goods and services however we want. That is what private warehouses. Usually these private warehouses are constructed by those individuals, okay, those persons or those company who are producing n number of products, means multiple products will be they have multiple brands. They have, in such companies they will have, they prefer to have their own godowns. That is what private warehouses. Next one is public warehouses. Public warehouses can be used for storage of goods by the traders, by the manufacturers. Manufacturers are nothing but the producers, or any member of a public. Okay, any member of a society, they can make use of these warehouses. Okay, so you can make use of, or you can store your goods and services in a public warehouses only after paying a fees. only after payment of a storage charge you can store your goods and services. Usually, the public warehouses will be controlled or it will be regulated by the government. Okay, these warehouses government regulates the operation of this warehouse by issuing the license for them to the private parties. Okay, um, in order to have a public warehouses, a party means private party, they are going to handle, they are going to look around the warehouses. They can have that authority only after getting permission from the government. From having permission from the government, that permission is nothing but they will have the license, then they can operate the public warehouse. Public warehouse can be used by any member of a society. Okay, for the usage of that warehouse, a person has to pay a certain charges, certain fees he has to pay. So the owner of godown act as a agent of a owner of goods. Okay, though the person who has stored the goods and services, the owner of a godown will be act as a agent of a goods. Okay, he has to, the owner of a warehouse, that is public warehouse, he has to properly take care of the property whatever stored in a godowns. So this particular public warehouse will also perform the number of facilities like transportation through various ways. Whatever the different transportation facilities we have, they will transport the goods and services, and they are responsible for the safety of goods and services. So usually the public warehouses are used by the small producers. Okay, so it is convenient for them to go for the public warehouses rather than the private. So in order to construct the warehouses, you have to invest a huge amount, and it will have a number of facilities, a number of benefit, like it is also flexible. It in a least investment you can store your goods and services. Okay, and you can get the value added services, means you can get the different services like grading your labeling of your products. Okay, grading the products, standardizing, okay, packing, repacking, that all facilities you will get from the public warehouses. So simple words we can say, this warehouse is used by the any member of a society after making a payment. So these public warehouses regulates the operation. Okay, the government will have a interference, they can control the public warehouses, okay, by issuing the license to private parties. Okay, the owner of the godowns will act as a agent to the owner of a goods, and he should be responsible for the safety of a product. These public warehouses will also provide a number of services. The services like packing of your goods, labeling of goods, okay, transportation of goods, these a lot of things will be done under warehousing. Next one is bonded warehouses. Bonded warehouses are licensed by the government. These are the licensed warehouses. Okay, to accept the import goods prior to the payments of the tax and the custom duties. So bonded warehouses are licensed by the government. Okay, so in order to start such type of storage system, you have to take a permission from the government, so that you can easily accept the goods and services which is brought from the other countries. Okay, from the outside countries, that is what government to accept the import goods prior to the payment of tax and custom duties. These are goods which are imported from the other countries. Importers are not permitted to remove the goods from the docks or from the airport till the custom duty is paid. Usually you can see the bonded warehouses near the ports. Ports may be a ship ports, or it may be airports. Okay, so there will be offices, big godowns will be there. Whatever the goods you will get from the other countries, okay, such goods and services, such goods will be stored in a bonded warehouse. Okay, you can you can take those goods and services only after making a payment of a tax. Tax is nothing but import duty and export duties, tax and custom duties, then only you can take the goods and services. These bonded services will also help to store the goods and services. They also provide a number of facilities. So for whatever the facilities we have discussed in a public warehouses, such facilities will also provided under bonded warehouses. These bonded warehouses will be also useful for interport trade. Interport trade means what? Buying the goods and services from one country, and whatever the goods you have buy that goods and services can be export to the another country. That is what we say entry port trade. That will also be done under the bonded warehouse. Next one is government warehouse. These warehouses are usually owned and managed by the government. These are the purely government warehousing system. For example, Food Corporation of India, State Trading Corporation, Central Warehousing Corporation. These are the few example of a government warehouse which is purely managed and controlled and operated by the government. Next one is cooperative warehouses. Cooperative warehouses are nothing but certain marketing cooperative societies will have, or agricultural cooperative societies. They will set up their own warehouse so that they can use the warehousing facilities by the members of a cooperative society. So that is what a cooperative warehouse. So first one is private, public, bonded warehouse, and next one is government warehouse and cooperative warehouses. Now let us discuss the different functions which is performed by the warehousing. So this warehousing will also perform certain functions, the certain tasks they will undertake. The first one is consolidation. Consolidation is nothing but integration. Okay, getting or assembling, we can say in simple words, we can say it is as a assembly. Okay, consolidation in the sense, one more, it is one of the important functions of the warehouse. So here the warehouse will receive the goods and services or material from the different plants. So these are the, here is a picture which show about the functions of a warehouse. So here warehouse will collect the raw materials or goods from the different plants, from the different companies. You will collect the materials, you will collect the goods and services. Okay, and you will consolidate it. Okay, after collecting the goods from the different plant, you will store, you will consolidate the goods and services. Okay, and the same thing, whatever you have received the goods, the same thing will be dispatches same to the particular customer on a single transportation shipment. So you, whatever the different items you have collect from the different plant, the whole goods and services will be transported to the different customers or a single customers in a single transportation. That is what we say consolidation. A, B, C, these are the different companies. From different companies you will collect the materials or you will collect the goods. After collecting the goods from the different company, those goods will be discharged, those goods will be distributed to a particular customers on a single transportation or a single shipment. That is called consolidation. Okay, consolidation in the sense assembling the goods and services from the different plants. Okay, next one is break the bulk. Break the bulk in the sense, the warehouse perform the functions of dividing the bulk quantity of goods received from the production plant into the smaller quantity. Say for example, so break the bulk means what here? So you have received the goods in a bulk quantity. It is a goods. Okay, this is a goods you have received. It is a bulk in a bulk quantity. So this warehouse will, what they will do, it will divide the goods and services into a smaller division, in a smaller part. Whatever the goods, smaller quantities are there, okay, this is a quantity, this will be transported according to the requirement of a clients of their business. So this is what we say bulk, break the bulk. So huge quantity will be divided into a smaller part those smaller part will be distributed or sold or dispatches through the transport according to the requirement of a client of a business. That is what break the bulk. Next one is value added services. So as I told you earlier, while we are discussing the types of warehouses, this warehouse will also perform certain value added services. Say for example, packing of a product, packing and labeling of goods and services. Sometimes what happened, goods have to be opened and again it has to be repacked, okay, and label again at the time of inspection, okay, when the inspector will come to check the quality of goods and services, those goods will be opened and again it will be repacked and labeled, okay. And even it is also provide the services of grading, what is the quality of a product, whether it is a grade, B grade, C grade, like that. It also helps in grading according to the quantity and dividing the goods in a smaller lots and other many function it is going to perform. That is what we say value added services, okay. Next one is price stabilization. Price stabilization means what? It will minimize the prices of goods and services by releasing the goods from the warehouse in a market when the demand for the goods and services is high. Getting my point? Price stabilization means what here? When there is a huge demand for a particular product. When demand will created, when there is a scare of goods. When the scare of goods, the demand will be increased. When the demand increase, again the price will also increase. By releasing the goods from the warehouse to the market, it will reduces the price or it will stabilize, equalize the price, okay. It will bring down the price for a particular product. That is what we say price stabilization. Next one is financing. So even the owner of a warehouse will also give financing facilities to the owners of goods and services. Owners of goods and services are nothing but the company or any individual who is storing, who is keeping their goods and services in a godowns. For them also they will give a credit facilities. That is what financing. And the last one is stock pilling. Stock pilling is nice, one more annexed functions of warehousing, okay. Warehousing is a seasonal storage of goods and services to select the businesses, okay. When you are do your business in a seasonal wise, say in winter season you have to produce umbrellas, okay, woolen what we can say sweater, okay. In rainy season you have to again raincoat. That is what we say season wise, whatever the season wise production will be there. In such time there will be no usage of certain materials, okay. Those materials can be stored in a godowns. Whenever there is a demand for such materials or such goods, that will be again brought to the production centers or production centers. That is what we say stock pilling. Whenever there is a seasonal business will be there, those goods and services will be stored until the season arrive. When the season is there, those materials, those goods and will be used in order to produce the goods and services and to fulfill the requirements of goods. That is what we say stock pilling. So these are the functions of a functions of a warehouse. Next services which is used by the business organization is a transportation services. You already know about the transportation. What is transportation? Movement of goods and services from one place to another place. Movement of articles, not only articles, it also includes the human being. Movement of a person from one place to another place by using the different modes of transportation. You already know about the transportation. In earlier class you have discussed about the transportation, all right. So we have different ways of transportation, like we have railways, roadways, airways and seaways. These are the four different types of ways are there through which you can transfer your goods and services from one place to another place, okay. So this transportation will be considered as a nerve system of a business, okay. It is a nerves, okay. The transportation is considered as a nerves because because in order to have production, in order to fulfill the demands of a customers, first of all you need materials, okay, that is not available in your area. In order to get the raw material, again you will use a different ways of a transportation, okay. So this particular transportation will create a place utility by transferring the goods and services, by making the goods available to the customers from place of production to the place of consumption. So it will remove the problem of place by making available goods and services from the place of production to the place of consumption. That is what transportation. We are not going to discuss in detail about the different modes of transportation, because it is not there for your syllabus, okay. So this is what transportation and the warehousing services, okay. So far we have seen the services like banking services, insurance services, okay, banking, insurance, and even we have seen the warehousing and the transportation. So these are the different services which is used by the business organization in order to carry out their activities without any hassles or without any disturbance, okay. They will carry out their functions smoothly, okay. This is, so from here ends your fourth chapter. Whatever the doubts you have, you can make a clarification, okay. Thank you.